Several trees have been marked for chopping and translocation near Jayamahal in Bengaluru for widening of Jayamahal and Ballari roads. Environmentalists and activists have condemned the authorities for marking the trees for axing. They allege that the DPR for the road widening project was unavailable and no meeting with stakeholders was held as per High Court guidelines. Residents, activists and environmentalists are upset with the BBMP and government for not holding meeting with stakeholders and ignoring the objections raised by them. Environmentalists and ecologists are strongly opposing the move to chop trees for widening of roads. Here they say it will spoil Bengaluru's green cover and cause immense ecological damage to the garden city. Environmentalists are set to meet BBMP DCF to discuss the matter. My colleague Amrita joins us live from Jayamahal. Well, Amrita, the project is yet to start, but it appears DPR for the road widening project hasn't been filed yet. Go ahead and give us all the details.
Yes, Neha. So currently we are at one such place where the project will be executed in a few months' time. It has not yet started. So this is the Ballari road that we have over here, which will be set for road widening over here. It has been going on. The proposal was made a few years ago as well, and we can see over here that the road is not that congested on a weekday as well. But yes, some residents do say that during peak hours this road does get congested. So over here we have a tree that is clearly colored in green color. So Neha, this is an entire line over here on the footpath of the Ballari road that some trees have been colored in green. So this has been done by the BBMP authorities over here. It means that these trees will be saved, it will be retained. But there are also some trees which have been marked in yellow and red respectively, which means that red particularly means that it will be axed off. Yellow means that it will be translocated. So this particular tree which has been colored in a yellow band will be transplanted to another location, while on the other side that we have the red colored tree, this tree will unfortunately be axed. Now just like this tree, there are several more trees we can see in a distance over there. Now this is not just one tree but several more trees, and according to our sources, the estimate is anywhere around 225 trees only for the Ballari road widening project only. So over here several activists have alleged that though they may want the road widening project to take place, they are not okay with some of the procedures not being followed. There are clearly quite a lot of loopholes over here. So with that respect, we have a social activist with us, Mr. Arun Prasad, to shed more light on this entire process. So first of all, what are some of the loopholes that we see in the procedures in which way the entire road widening is being executed at the moment?
See here, the first is the traffic density issue. They take the density, okay, when the more vehicles are maybe in peak hours. Now if you see the Ballari road at around 12 p.m., okay, there is no traffic is there. So we have to see that take the data of all the 7 days. But here what happened, they take the density at the peak hours and they show that this traffic exists, okay, 24 hours. And they tell that this the road should be widened. And the next thing is that, see here now the place where I am standing, there is enough road for 2 buses to pass through, and trees are on the to my right side here, and you can do the project without cutting the trees. But what is the road engineers want is that they always want to cut the trees. Trees should not be cut under any circumstances, because at the end of the day we are human beings and we need oxygen. Okay, so only the trees can provide the oxygen, and also it can control the temperature also. And the BBMP itself had confessed that there is more air pollution in Bangalore, and they had installed air purifiers. Okay, when this is the condition, how can the BBMP can go ahead with cutting the trees? Now the forest department had not given the permission for cutting the trees as of now, and the engineers in the major road, this one, they are telling that they are having the permission to cut the road. This type of thing they should not do. Okay, and one more thing I want to stress is that here, okay, even the activists also they are having road engineers, okay, who can do the design without cutting the trees. So the BBMP road engineers should not think that they are the sole authority and whatever they do, okay, you need to cut the trees. No, it is not like that. Okay, there are engineers who can do the project without cutting the trees, and they have to take that assistance. And here, the place where I am standing, to the extreme left, you can make beautiful 4-lane roads, okay, without cutting the trees. The trees can be in the median, okay, 2 lanes going towards this one Fun World, Snow City, and 2 roads coming like this to Makery Circle. Without cutting the trees can be in between, and either side you can have 2 lanes. Okay, 1 lane for slow moving, other lane for fast moving. We can do that without this one, and we don't understand why the BBMP is hell bent in cutting the trees.
Sir, also given the fact that the DPR for this particular project, the detailed project report has not been filed, what kind of further speculations does this give rise to? What exactly does a DPR contain, and what are we missing out just because the report is not yet there?
See here, in the detailed project report, okay, the engineers and other this one, they will give a comprehensive plan, like with the drawings and how many trees are to be cut and how the road will be and everything. Okay, but here what is happening is that they do it in a hurry-burry type, in a common man's language, in urgent. Okay, they'll what happens is any project is there, first of all they want to cut the trees. There is a timber lobby also, I can tell that, okay, who are interested in these trees, because these trees are age-old trees, okay, and they have good, very high market value. Okay, so they want to cut all the trees. Now, without a detailed project report, okay, how can you access this one? And also next thing I want to tell, very important thing is that when the engineers do the drawing, DPR, okay, at the same time, they have to involve the activists and other people who are concerned with the environment, sit together and hold a meeting, okay, how the road should come so that we can save the trees. Here they don't do that one. In the closed door, the engineer, they do the drawing, okay, they tell that, this much tree should be cut because the road should come. It is not necessary. The civil engineering and road engineering is so advanced that you can do the project without cutting the trees. They cannot take the public for a ride.
Alright, so Neha, those were some of the details with regards to the DPR that we had over here. So basically the problem is that the stakeholders, as the residents involved, are not being informed about the decision that is being taken by the authorities over here. Those who are going to implement the road widening project or the BBMP, none of them have taken into consideration the opinion of the public over here. No public consultation was held in this manner to chop down any of the trees over here. And also when we spoke to the Bangalore DCF over here, Mr. Rangnath Swamy, he said that no proposal for the axing of trees or translocation of trees was given at Ballari Road for the road widening project. But on the other side, Mr. Somshekhar, one of the chief engineers of this very project, said that the proposal was already sent and they have the permission for the same. So we can see the two contradicting statements from the BBMP officials themselves.